Okay, everybody, it's actually December 1st. We did it. We got through the Thanksgiving. We've had enough of the turkey and the dressing. Well, at least for now. Somehow we could always get so filled up with that stuff, and then suddenly we crave it again at some point. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. This is Jan. Welcome to another episode on this channel, the Save Money More with Jan channel. Today we're going to talk about budgets. Going to talk about budgets. Yes, how's your budget? Did you go over budget last month? Did you utilize your grocery store budget in such a way that you increased your stockpile? You made a ton of meals from whatever you got last week for Thanksgiving, or perhaps you didn't want that and didn't want to deal with that. And everybody's life is different. And I totally get that. But now we are officially in the throes or the beginning of December. December is by far, for many people, not all, but for many people, a very expensive, potentially very ultra expensive month that could get out of control. And lo and behold, drum roll, please. Actually, I think there is a button on here which has that sound of, I don't know, some sort of a. Oh, I do have a drum roll sound. Let me see if I could play it. I'm not sure. Drum roll for what? I'm not sure if it played. I hope it played. Anyway, the drum roll is for this. The moment you've all been waiting for. My January still comes chat. Now, I'm not going to be so naive as to presume every single person listening to this audio video understands the January still comes chat, because you don't, because not everybody here has been here a while. But I like to mention every year, I like to bring back the harsh reality, even though this is a very fun month, even though this is a very busy month, even though we love to spend a lot of money, especially on this day. I'm going to talk about that in a second. Today's Cyber Monday as well, right? Yeah, I believe we'll be airing on Cyber Monday. Listen, listen carefully. This is the moment we take a little breath as we're dialing away, dialing not for dollars, dialing to spend dollars. Listen, take a deep breath. Ask yourself, are you keeping within budget for your gift giving, for anything related to the holidays? If you are at a vulnerable position under normal circumstances with your money, I heard a disturbing report about credit card debt. Not good. Let's put it this way, not good. A lot of people, a lot more people are in credit card debt, and they don't feel the pinch now because they're focusing on the fun and the joy. And I get it. I get it. We love to be givers. We do. I'm the same way. We all have that in our heart. Many of us, I shouldn't say all, many of us do, but some of us get carried away. They get carried away. And the reason why I say take a breath, take that breath, and let me see if I could get that drum roll back up again. Okay? Let's see. I don't know. Hang on. Well, I got a little crashing sound there. That doesn't qualify. I want another sound effect. Hang on. Maybe you're going to hear these things, maybe not. Not sure if it has to be downloaded. So you might be hearing airspace. I'm just giving you that. All right, but in any event, January still comes. Take a breath. January still comes. I'm not a fan of January. Even though it has the first three letters of my own name, Jan, I don't really like January. January is anticlimactic. It's like after the major holidays have passed. And it also means we have to face the harsh realities of back to business as per usual. The only thing I do like about January, clean slate, brand new year, a chance to start over. And those are big things. So I'm not going to dismiss that. That would be unfair. But for other things in January, the turn of the calendar means a lot of changes, okay, for many people and in many ways. The last thing you want to do is add more frustration and woe to the list of a huge credit card. But listen, if you can't, this is just a friendly, sweet reminder. Here's the way I look at it. If one is unable to pay off the credit card quickly, rethink the idea of the purchase. Again, breath time, take a breath. It all goes back to living below our means. If one wants to continue to live below their means, now, hopefully, throughout the year, one has budgeted for gifting, money for gifting. And that's already taken care of. And if you work within your gift giving, holiday gift giving budget, and you work with that, hey, all done. Pat you on the back. That's a wonderful thing. Okay. But one could look back at last month, which was yesterday. Short a month, right? November 30th. Okay. Look back at your expenses of last month. How'd you do last month? That's why it's important to go over your budget every single month. No 2 months budgeting are the same. The way you spend money, let's say November and December, may certainly be a lot different than the way you spend money in March or April. You see where I'm going with that? Completely different situations, but nonetheless so important to check your budget. And also have wiggle room for unexpected. January is a month of unexpectedness, in my opinion. People love certainty. Why do you think people love December and November so much? It's a lot of fun, yes, but they also know, well, for certain, and in all probability for most people, they're going to get some sort of a holiday out of it. I am certainly going to get some time off in November and December. That people love certainty. People do not like uncertainty. That's a fact. Okay? That is one of the reasons that, and I spoke about this recently about Christmas clubs forming. Christmas clubs formed because people didn't want to be what? This is way back in the day. Very smart thinking, folks from back in the day. They didn't want to wake up to January debt, DEBT. In fact, back in the day, they avoided debt at all costs. Shockingly so. Shockingly so. So it's just a moment that while you're having a lot of fun dialing to pay dollars, or tapping, I should say, not dialing, tapping to pay dollars, right? Tap, 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 and tap. You could tap away and save. You could tap away and blow money you don't have. And I don't mean to be a Janet Downer on it. I'm just being real. I'd rather tell you this right now, give you the dose of reality right now, than the shock wave of when nobody's looking and everybody went back to business as usual, and the ones that afforded everything had no problem. They're not worried. They're not going to a mailbox in fear. But the ones that know that they overdid it will go to their mailboxes in fear, because then they have to look at the harsh and ugly reality of their bill. And then they're scratching their head like, boy, this was fun last month. It is not so much fun in January. So this has been my annual January Still Comes audio video, but the message hasn't changed. Now I'm on this platform over 7.5 years already. And if I continue on, if I make that decision, I may hit 8 years in July. Okay. So I don't think I've missed a year of mentioning January Still Comes, because guess what? January still comes. Are you ready? Get ready now by prevention. Don't make that dreaded trip to the mailbox in January, scratching your head knowing you can't pay it off right away. You don't want to be stuck with something paying off bills in March. There's something to be said. A lot of people, they fall in love with those TV sales that tell you have 5 months to pay X, Y, and Z off easily. Well, that sounds good maybe for one item for a person that's on a tight budget. Probably for one item, not a big deal. Maybe even two if it's in small doses for that person. But the trick there is that, hey, they find this cute method and they get 10 items. And then all of a sudden, what looks so simple in November and December comes back to bite them. When? In the infamous month of January. And you're like, wait a minute, how did that happen? It's supposed to be very easily paid, but it's a bigger chunk than you realize. That's why I'm giving these little reminders. So think carefully. I know you have big hearts. God bless you for it. We all have big hearts, but we also have bills to pay, essential bills to pay, like the four walls, lights, food, just tiny reminders, gas in the car, heat for the home. It's winter time now. We can't play these games. We cannot play these games in the winter time. All right, everybody, thank you so very much for being here. And I truly appreciate what? Your time. Have an amazing, fantastic, beautiful month in December. Do some careful and wise shopping. Shop to save. I didn't say don't shop. Shop to save. Get the best deals within your budget and continue to live below your means.